Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Memorial Day, Monday, May 31st, 2021. First of all, let's take a moment to remember those who have sacrificed so much for all of us. And I am very proud to say that today I will be spending time with my best friend in the world, 97-year-old Edward Hall, one of the last survivors of the December 7th, 1941 Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. I sincerely love this guy. All right, people, with that said, let's move forward here. Let's talk about this market and what we can expect here. Let's start off with this. What do we know is going to continue? Well, we're going to have central banks continue to inflate. It's not going to stop. None more so than the Federal Reserve, who is buying everything, running their inflation creation machine at an epic pace with no end in sight. So with that said, how will the markets respond? Number one, I expect the dollar to continue to fall under pressure. This is stock market positive. And the Fed's going to continue to buy debt in epic amounts. So count on that too. Again, stock market positive. What else is going on here? Well, let me step back a moment and put a few things into perspective for you. And let's start off with cryptocurrencies here. Something is occurring right now, which I said would happen. And for those of you that follow my work out here, you will remember that I did say this. With regard to China cracking down on cryptocurrencies, well, people are smarter than governments are. And just as I said would happen, crypto traders in China are circumventing the rules here. They're trading outside of China, looking for other markets. Now this, in my opinion, is putting a floor under cryptocurrencies. And with regard to regulation here in the United States, how would it look? What are the optics? I spoke about this recently too, of the United States following in the path of communist China and regulate it heavily. I don't think it's going to happen here. I believe cryptos are consolidating and are going higher. Okay. Right now, actually, cryptos in aggregate are catching a bid. Let's look at gold and silver. If we understand the mechanism here, what the Federal Reserve is doing, the incredible run that we've had lately, don't lose sight of this, people. In the last month alone, gold and silver have put on amazing, really almost staggering gains. We've seen gold put on 6% and silver 8%. This trajectory in this environment, as long as JP Morgan doesn't decide to dump, paper silver onto the market, they do this all the time. And to me, it's a buying opportunity. You know that. But again, these are the spots to be in here. If you want to take the opposite side of this trade, which I have urged all of you to do literally since time immemorial, all right, you know what to do. We understand the game, and we can play the game, and we are playing the game way better than I think anybody else, or than those that are rigging it against us, because we know what they're going to do. People, we have been so far ahead of the curve with everything, with regard to the markets, with regard to gold and silver, with regard to cryptocurrencies. Most of you out here who have been following my work, look, I told all of you publicly to start buying Bitcoin around 3,000. It was actually less than 3,000. So if you did do that, you are so well positioned right now. It's just stupid. With regard to Dash, my most recent call, I'm still underwater here. And some of you are too. I'm sure a lot of you are. But again, to me, it's an opportunity. Let them play their game. We're going to play ours. We got these cryptocurrency traders here in China circumventing the rules, which we knew they were going to do. People are pretty ingenious, like I said. And when you tell people they can't do something, it makes them want to do it more. That's human nature. And people understand value when they see it. I really believe that. I know there's a lot of naysayers out here who have been wrong 100% of the time with regard to cryptocurrencies. Never once have they been right. Not ever. Once. And they won't be right. Again, they're going to lose out on another opportunity, in my opinion, to get in here and on incredible prices, in my view. Again, understanding the mechanism here, the suppression of interest rates, the devaluation of fiat currencies around the world, the Federal Reserve determined to kill the dollar in its current form, wipe out the middle class. I mean, this is literally going on, and it's right before your eyeballs, people. I think you understand all that. So with this all said, I'm going to go out on a limb here, okay, and say this is how this market's going to play out. There is a very high probability that we are going to see this market gain this week. I expect to see energy gain this week as well. Let's look at crude oil. Crude oil is knocking on the $70 a barrel door. I'm talking about WTI crude. You should follow this, and you can follow this right on my website, traderschoice.net. I have all of this set up for you, people. You're not going to find a better resource anywhere. Just check it out for a moment. As a matter of fact, do that right now. In the description of this video is a link to my website. While I'm talking here, click on that link, open up that new window, and just see how I laid that out for you. You got everything you need to follow the markets in real time. And there's all kinds of free stuff there for you. Downloads, a free chat room, which I am so happy to see more of you utilizing. I mean, it's for you. The website's not for me. And it's all free. Everything there, it's for you. So utilize that resource to follow the markets. So in my view, I think the probability is high that we will see stocks gain into the week. Energy will gain. Now, again, you know how this works. If we see the dollar remaining under pressure, or the Dixie, all right, you can follow the Dixie, the dollar index, on my website, the window you just opened. You can click on it right now. If we got crude oil continuing to march higher and a stable 10-year yield, where do you think the market's going? Where do you think it's going? Higher. Higher. That's how it's going to play out. With regard to precious metals here, again, there's no price discovery mechanism here. There won't be until there isn't. All right, now good. To me, I don't care, you know that, what JP Morgan wants to do with regard to rigging the price of precious metals here. Good. The lower they suppress these prices, the better it is for all of us. Again, and I'm going to tell you one more time, look up the Dow gold ratio and the gold silver ratio, and you will see again why I am telling you gold and silver are so undervalued, especially silver. And I'm going to say this again too. Silver, the most undervalued asset on the planet. Just by looking at the Dow gold ratio and the gold silver ratio, people, I'm working so hard here to keep you ahead of the curve. That's really what I want to do. I want you to see opportunity like I do. You understand? I'm no smarter than you are, believe me. I just wake up every day and say, okay, where are the opportunities? I am probably the most competitive person in the world. That's really the truth. And this bleeds out through my entire life, not just in these markets. You know, most of you know, I have a 68 Camaro Super Sport. I just put in a 502 on nitrous. So I'm out here on the streets as well. And I pity anyone who pulls up next to me. Really, I do. But I'm looking forward to it. Let me tell you that. Anyway, that's how I am. I'm extremely competitive. I'm looking for opportunities, not just for me, but for you. If we understand the current environment, we know where the opportunities are. And I don't think anybody understands this environment better than you do. If you've been with me for, I don't know, even just a few months, you are so far ahead of the curve. You understand exactly what's going on, why it's happening, and not just that, what you should be doing about it. This blog is about action. It's about people taking in this kind of information and understanding what they should be doing to take advantage of the situation. Because most people are going to let these opportunities pass them by. Most people do. I mean, look, all of us are responsible for, unfortunately, letting opportunities pass us by. How many times have you said to yourself, wow, I wish I would have done this. Wow, I wish I would have done that. But again, don't look upon these things as negative, because to me, every day is a new opportunity to turn it all around, to say, okay, I got a handle on this. I know what's going on here. The propaganda, the misinformation, all of it. It's just crazy. We are in an economic collapse. Period. The end. Meanwhile, the stock market continues to hit record highs. This weird phenomenon will continue. As long as the bad economic news comes, the market's going to feel comfortable that the Fed is going to buy it all. And they are. The Fed has become the lender and buyer of last resort. The Federal Reserve is responsible for the inflationary environment we are seeing right now. However, if you're following the mainstream news, you're seeing another phenomenon I said would happen. They're telling you, they're blaming the high cost of energy and supply chain disruptions. Exactly like I said would happen. They're hiding it. They got to hide inflation. They can't let you know the source, the root cause of this inflationary environment is a runaway Federal Reserve who is not even slightly done with inflating. So if we understand that mechanism, people, there's no duh required, okay? We know what to do. And I really hope you're understanding what's going on around you and why it's happening here. The end game of these central banks is to own it all. Not just here in America. They want to own the world. And they are the real government. I think you all know that too. All right, just a couple of heads up. I was supposed to do an interview today with Alex Jones. That is not going to happen today. We're going to put that off till next week. Alex is running a previously recorded program today, so I will not be on Alex Jones today. I will be on next week. I'll keep you all on top of that. Next, I've been telling you about this. People take advantage of it. July 4th, not too far off here, just a few weeks. We're going to throw a party for you. Myself and the Barrel Buddies, okay? It's a free party in Vegas. How can you miss it? All right, I'm going to be there. Barrel Buddies will be there. We're going to have live music, food, and it's free. I mean, come on. It's crazy. We're going to pay for it for all of you. We want to make this an enjoyable situation. So July 4th, right here in Vegas. I really hope to see you there. We already had to change venues once, okay? We have so many people coming. Well over 300 have already said they're coming. So again, initially we were going to have this in a private residence. We can't obviously do that. So we had to change the venue. And it's going to be really fantastic for all of us. And I'm looking so forward to seeing you out here and meeting a lot of you. It's going to be great. I can't wait. All right, with that said, people, look, I'm going to end this video. I covered a lot here with you. The markets, I covered cryptocurrencies, gold and silver, crude oil, energy in general, what's going on here, what you can expect moving forward. And I really believe that if you sit back and you go over what I've spoken about here, you'll have to say, sounds logical, because that's what this is all is. It's about, basic math. Saying, okay, if this happens and then this is happening and this is going to happen, what can we expect? And, for the most part, it works out for us. And that's what this is all about, because you know what I always say, we are responsible for each other. And I am really, really, really trying my best and working my hardest to keep you ahead of the curve. That's my goal. All right. Love you a lot, people. I mean that. I will see all of you in the morning for my pre-market report, and I'm looking forward to that too. See you then.